What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Northern Narrative. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all are doing good. Hold on, let y'all get into this fit real quick. You know how I do. Period. Anyway, the topic for today is deliberate decisions. Yeah, deliberate decisions. So let's just talk about this real quick. So while on this self-love journey, right? While on this journey of discovering who I am, what I want, how I want my life to look, making decisions was imperative, right? And making decisions on purpose. You have to make a decision that you want to do something in order for things to fall into place. A lot of times we think things are just going to fall into place, but they're not if we have not made any decisions. Listen to that. A lot of times we want things to fall into place, but they do not and will not if we do not make any decisions. A lot of times the path is already drawn out for us. We literally have to walk it, but in order to walk it, you have to make the decision to do something, right? So until I made a decision on what I wanted to do, everything was in disarray. Everything was in disarray because I had not decided. So because I had not decided, my actions didn't line up to put me in position to where I wanted. My thoughts weren't putting me into position to where I wanted. The things that I said was not putting me into position for the thing. I wasn't speaking anything into existence because I hadn't decided on what I wanted to exist. And that's something that we have to determine within ourselves. So a lot of times we allow other people to make decisions. We allow other things. We say, well, let's for example, you want to go on a trip. There's a girls trip. You want to go on a girls trip, right? But you never make the decision to go. And I say this all the time because I plan trips and my friends will tell you that until you tell me, Brittany, yes, I'm going, until you made the decision that you're going to go, you're not going nowhere. Yeah. Because if I say, hey girl, let's go on a trip, and you say, okay, well, let me see if I can get the days off. Or you say, let me see if I can make it happen. I can see if I can make it happen. See, seeing if you can make it happen and making it happen are two different things. Decide you're gonna go first. You have to make a decision that you wanna be there first. And then once you make a decision that you wanna be there, everything else will kind of fall into place. So you make a decision like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. Let's go ahead and purchase the tickets. Go ahead and purchase the tickets. Because if you purchase the tickets, you know you're going. You already spent your money. Go ahead and purchase the tickets. So now the conversation changes when you go to your boss. Instead of saying, I think I want to be off from June 6th to the 13th, you're going to say, I need to be off June 6th to the 13th because I'm going to be out of town. See, your words change. Isn't that crazy? That's all manifestation is. That's all speaking things into existence is. It's making a decision and then speaking as though that thing is going to happen. I purchased my tickets. I'm going. Hey, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. So now things can't come up. It kills me when people have plans for things and then they say, oh, I wasn't able to do that because something came up. How? If I plan to be out of town from June 6th to the 13th, that's where I'm going to be at. Nothing could come up because if somebody were to say something to me, I'd say, well, I can't do that because I'm going to be out of town from June 6th to the 13th. So you have to make a decision. But now, if you hadn't purchased those tickets, if you hadn't made the steps to actually be out of town, right? If you hadn't already purchased those tickets, took the time off and things of that nature, then guess what can happen? Something could come up and say, hey, we need you for the 6th to the 13th. And technically, you don't have anything planned. Technically, you don't have anything going on. So guess what? You're not going. So you have to make your decision, right? I'm gonna give you another example. I knew that I wanted to move into a larger city. I knew I wanted to be in a bigger city. I wasn't really sure where. I had a couple cities that I was thinking about. I was like, I could go back up to the DMV area. I loved when I lived in Maryland, but it's too cold, couldn't do it. Then I was like, I could do California, very, very expensive. Didn't know if I really wanted to make that jump yet. I could go to Charlotte, too close to where I'm from. I said, so where can I go? I was like, okay, I can go to Atlanta. So I said, I'm moving to Atlanta. So I started doing things as though I was about to move. I can't do that because I'm moving. Let me not renew my lease because I know I'm gonna move. I'm moving. I started looking for places. I applied for a place. Like, I'm moving. Same thing, I wanted a new car. I said, okay, if it's meant for me to get a new car, let me go ahead and clean my car out. So that way when I go on the lot and they tell me that I got approved and I tell them I want to trade my car in, my car is cleaned out. I'm ready to do it. So that's what I did. I went ahead, cleaned my car out. Drove around for a couple days, spoke to some different dealerships, went through some different things, and I just had the mindset that I'm going to have a new car. I don't know, because I'm getting a new car this week. I gotta have a new car by Friday. I'm gonna be a new car. I was about to go get a car wash. No, because I'm getting a new car and it doesn't even make sense. Sure enough, I got a new car that same week. And guess what? My car was already cleaned out because I cleaned it out. So you have to do things, you have to make a decision. And when you make decisions, deliberate decisions, now your actions are gonna have to align with the decisions that you make. A lot of times we say we made a decision, but then we didn't even make a commitment to it. So we say, oh, I'm gonna do this. But then we make no commitment. So we don't actually do anything to align ourselves with making that thing happen. But then we say we love ourselves. So this is how it ties into self-love, right? Because for most of us, in order for us to feel love, we have to see action. If you tell me that you love me, you can tell me that you love me all day, but unless I see you actively participating and loving me, doing things to show me that you love me, do things as though you love me, make decisions that you know I would want you to make, or I would like to happen, or I would like to see, making decisions because you love me. Why do we expect that from other people, but we don't do that for ourselves? So I started to notice that I wasn't making decisions to actively do things that I wanted to do to show me that I was in love with Brittany. Because you have to not just love yourself like a friend, you got to be in love with yourself. And that's also a deliberate decision. So everything that I do, I have to make sure that I'm doing with the understanding that this is going to be for me, this is going to be for Brittany. This is going to be something that's going to show me how in love with me I am. Because if I love me, I'm not going to put myself in certain situations. If I love me, I'm not going to allow certain people to treat me a certain kind of way. If I love me, I'm not going to put myself in a place to where I'm feeling low, down, depressed, misused, unworthy. That's not love. So I have to make decisions. So anytime something is happening, whether it's just somebody talking to me, whether it's a guy that wants to date me, whether it's going to get my nails done, whatever it is, whatever decisions I make those decisions based on what it is that's best for me. Making myself feel good. Making myself look good. Achieving my dream, achieving your dreams, going after your goals is an act of love to yourself. Because you have to love yourself so much that you want yourself to achieve its wildest dreams. You want yourself to become that actress, become that model, become that doctor, become that whatever it is that you want to become. It could even be becoming a mother, becoming a wife. You want yourself to become those things because you know it's something that you most desperately want. So guess what? You have to go after it. You have to make it happen. You have to make deliberate decisions. Making a decision on purpose. Making that decision and sticking to that decision. So that's just something for you guys to think about. That's our first episode with Self-Love Saved Me, right? I want you guys to practice making decisions. I want you guys to practice saying, what is it that I want? What is it that I need within my life? What things will better me, right? What's for me? What am I missing? Why do I feel this way? And then you need to sit down and make some decisions. Indecision is the worst decision you can make because it's not a decision at all. So now you're allowing things to just happen to you. And you're losing control of your life. You're losing control of what's going on. You don't know what's going to happen. Yes, of course, there's a certain level of uncertainty, right? But there's some things we do have control over. And even though we may not have control of the outcome, you start to... This is crazy. You start to form a path when you make decisions. Okay? So a lot of times we say, see, I'm glad I didn't do X, Y, Z, because if I had, then this would have happened. That's not necessarily the case. Something else completely could have happened had you made a different decision. I know, it's crazy, but it's legit. Try it. Try making decisions based off of what you really want out of life. Try making decisions based on what it is that you want, you need, you as an individual. Try not considering everybody else to the fact that you put yourself on the back burner, and see how things just start to play out for you. Start speaking different. Start speaking more deliberately over yourself and see what happens. And let me know if you see any progress. That's the Norba Narrative. I'ma holla at y'all later. Thank you for tuning in. Love you guys.